Cyclone Chido struck the French Indian Ocean territory of Mayotte on Saturday, prompting authorities to issue the highest level alert and enforce strict confinement for the region's 320,000 residents, including rescue workers and emergency personnel. Residents reported widespread damage as the storm tore through the territory. Ibrahim Makolo, a resident of Grande Terre, described scenes of devastation from his barricaded home. Electricity poles are down, roofs have been ripped off, and trees uprooted. Authorities placed Mayotte under a rare purple alert at 5 a.m. local time, requiring complete confinement of all residents, including emergency responders. As public roads were closed and Dzaoudzi Airport suspended operations, while over 70 schools and gyms were converted into emergency shelters. Governor François-Xavier Bieuville described the cyclone as an unprecedented, extremely violent event, highlighting the gravity of the situation. By early morning, the eye of the storm had passed over northern Mayotte, bringing devastating winds and relentless rainfall that left a trail of destruction across the archipelago.
Nous avons besoin d'assistance.
Another resident, Fatima, from the village of Majikavo Koropa, expressed fear reminiscent of a childhood cyclone experience in the neighboring Comoros. We stocked up on water, food and candles, but the ferocity of this storm is terrifying. Metal homes are being blown away and the damage is overwhelming. The French State Meteorological Agency, Météo France, warned of winds reaching 230 km per hour, stronger than those recorded during Cyclone Kamisi in 1984, which left thousands homeless. Heavy rains and risks of coastal flooding compounded fears, with the agency predicting marine submersion and significant damage to infrastructure. In Ouangani, Mayor Yusuf Amdi voiced grave concerns. The situation is dire, there is certain to be material damage, but we pray there will be no loss of life. Local health authorities strengthened medical resources to assist the injured, but urged residents to remain indoors and call emergency services only when necessary. As conditions began to deteriorate, reports of damage and power outages poured in. Thousands of homes were without electricity and communication networks were down, isolating parts of the territory. Pierre, a resident of Mamoudzou, described the ordeal as atrocious, adding that he and his family had taken refuge in their bathroom as the cyclone raged on. The cyclone's effects extended beyond Mayotte, with cyclone alerts issued for the neighboring Comoros and reports of flooding in Madagascar to the east. By midday Saturday, the storm's eye had moved westward toward Mozambique, leaving behind a path of destruction in Mayotte.
C'est la catastrophe.
Meteo France predicted that weather conditions in Mayotte would begin to improve by late Saturday, though the aftermath of Cyclone Chido will likely leave the territory grappling with significant recovery efforts in the days ahead. Cyclone Chido has left the French Indian Ocean territory of Mayotte grappling with an unprecedented crisis. Component placement. The storm unleashed its full fury with violent winds and torrential rains, tearing through communities and leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Entire neighborhoods have been plunged into darkness, with thousands of homes losing power and communication lines severed, isolating residents in the hardest hit areas. Local officials are bracing for a long recovery process, as initial reports reveal extensive damage to infrastructure, homes and public facilities. Schools and gyms transformed into makeshift shelters now serve as a lifeline for displaced families seeking safety from the storm.